Welcome back to Master Your Ash. So today we have got a humidor unboxing and review, 84-liter humidor. And I am aware that Cigars Daily Tim, he did a video review and tour of this humidor about 7 months ago. This is like the defunct humidor room right now. So this is currently where all of the majority of my cigars are stored. So I figured that I'd walk you through it. There's a little bit of plastic wrap to get unwrapped with this particular humidor, so we're gonna go ahead and do that first. It was freight shipped, very secure shipping process, and these are available on Amazon right now, so I'll leave the link and every single code and thing that I have. This might be a humidor tour in the dark here, kind of deal. But maybe if I open up, hold on. Need to let more light into the room. That's a little bit better. It does include a key, and that is for the lock that is down at the bottom here. I'll show some close-ups of the unit and some nice B-roll over the top of this. And I apologize once again for any dogs or cats that decide to make an appearance, but I will do my very best to call them out when I see them. Cigars Daily, Tim kind of went over the unit in very, very close detail, but I'll try to do my best because I believe that we both received the same units. He said that one of the biggest knocks on this particular unit was the fact that the control panel is on the inside of the unit, and he is 100% correct. That is kind of a deterrent because you do like to set everything. Now you can kind of hear there's almost nothing, and I have the microphone on my chest here, so I'm gonna go up close. It is very, very silent as it's starting up here, right? When I open this up, that's when you can kind of hear some things. Another thing is the shelves. So with the shelving, let's remove the manual here. With the shelves, if the door is parallel with the rest of the unit, you will not be able to get the shelf out. Any of the shelves, they hit the door, basically. So you have to open it up completely. So now that the door is, I had an extra box over here, so I had to move the unit back just a tad. But now that the door is cleared, we can remove the shelf. The wooden shelves on here smell of really rich cedar. There is no plastic on the inside of this humidor. You can see the cedar lined in here. So that's a very cool feature. Along with all of the fans, which are, there's 4, I believe, independent fans, along with this probe right here in the back. And that is to determine what the relative humidity is inside of the unit. So unlike some of the Need ones that we reviewed and even the New Airs, which will tell you what the humidity is set at, this will actually tell you what the humidity is inside at the time if you go according to the controls. So you can set the humidity by clicking the set button. This allows you to set the temp. So we're going to set this up here at about 70. Just long press, I guess, to run it around. Gotta look at the manual, but yeah, long press and it'll go up. We're setting the temperature, and we're going to set the temperature right at 70. All right. Press set again, and it'll ask you what you want the RH at. So we're going to bring this down. I want the RH to be right around 65, maybe 63. You'll see what the actual humidity is at the time move up. Same thing with the temperature. So that's kind of cool because a lot of electric humidors, especially the ones on the market for a lower price point, and this is a $1,200 unit, $1,300, I believe, on Amazon. So it's kind of tough, right? But especially without rollers and certain little knocks that we'll go over, but it originally debuted at $1,999. So right now is actually a pretty good discount to get a very big electric humidor that has this all stainless steel finish, Spanish cedar, smells fantastic, right? And has a bunch of options like the fans to make sure that all the humidity is nice and spread. And then probably my favorite, and the first time that I get to use something like this, where I get to put distilled water in this tray at the bottom. The rubber kind of tape on the hose that feeds it is a little janky, but overall, to have one where you do not have to use humidity beads or bags, or humidity beads or bovedas, is a really nice option. You can just go ahead, and I have one right here. Go to the store. This is, I believe, a gallon. You pick yourself up a gallon of distilled water, or if you have a reverse osmosis at home, you can go ahead and use that as well. And this will allow you to fill. There is a fill line at the top that will let you know 4.5 liters. So that is the max fill, which is a little over a gallon. It does say in the instruction manual that you want to allow this about 5 hours to season, which is fine. I think that most of the electric humidors nowadays, unless they're reeking of plastic, you really don't have to worry too much about the seasoning. You can start putting your cigars in after you throw in maybe a couple of humidity packets, or just leave some distilled water in there. With that all being said, like as we see the humidity kind of tick up and tick up and tick up at the top, I'm just going to shoot some B-roll on this. I do think that this is a very well-made unit. The stainless steel, even in the door, along with the seals on this, seem very high quality, which I like. And I think that overall, for the amount of storage that you get, because you basically have four trays that you can use for singles or for box storage, I think is really neat. And then 2 fans down at the bottom, 2 or 3 fans in the back, a total of 4 to 5 fans, along with the relative humidity probe, makes a really solid deal. Thank you all so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, continuing to grow the community here. I have to fill this up with some cigars, so we're going to shoot some B-roll, fill this up with some cigars, put it in its final resting place up here in the pantheon of cigar storage that I have in this loft. And yeah, look forward to seeing you all very soon.